Puppy's first day out. This is their second time. They see the sun. Now y'all get to see the puppies. They got some carrots in there. They got some carrots. You can see the head size on them. Getting them carrots. Look at Hunter. Look at Hefe. Cranium. First day out, 6 weeks old. Don't normally bring puppies out this young. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. Little Mom Dukes, she gonna eat all that. Mom Dukes. You see how she get out the way? They draining their moms. I ain't gonna stunt. They draining Mom Dukes. But as you can see, she ain't got no fur missing yet. But they definitely took a toll on Mom Dukes. Nice little toll. See their bodies and their stances. You know what I mean? That's adult food. Low protein, low carbs in that food. You gotta get them ears. Gotta get them fresh fades. Gotta get them fades real soon. I set it up for the 18th to go down there and take care of the fades. You know what I mean? They better get their water drinking on. Get their eating on. You see Maximus. Yeah, they pooed, so I gotta clean up that poopy. Or at least they're not in my basement tearing it down. These little Dragonite heads. And my boy Max. Got a little gusto with him. Maximus doesn't have the same build as these two guys, Cranium and Hefe. He doesn't have the same kind of like bulky. He has more of an athletic style head and body that may change. I mean, to be honest, I mean, the size of the head on Cranium and Hefe is ridiculous. Their heads are just ridiculous. I'm not sure if you guys can see it in the video or tell, but like they got some block beaters. You can see the feet as well. Compared to Maximus, the one I'm keeping, or may keep. Some other opportunities arose. I may take those opportunities. We'll just see. But you know, it will be better to keep one of these bigger headed dogs, because I can just tell you right now that Cranium is going to be, his head is ridiculous, and you can see his feet and bone is already there. You know what I mean? And Maximus just has the color. His head isn't as big. You know, they say it can change. I mean, it's very early for me to be picking, but I'm a firm believer that, you know, the breedings I've been doing, I can tell which puppy's going to be the biggest and what ain't. But you never know. But because based on what their father looked like at the same age, they already got him beat for sure. Beat out the gym. So if I go based on what the father was like, these guys are going to be, you know, just twice his size, 100 pounds. So it's probably gonna be a lot of gram on that cram. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to cram a lot of gram on that frame. And you just see how they look, how they coming. And then you can get way more bullier than this. Because if you increase the calories, they're gonna get more bullier. But in reality, what I've seen from the father, the amount of muscle mass that's on the father now. Krypton is already out the gym and out the window when it comes to just body frame and everything like that. You know, she's about 90 pounds. You know what I mean? But the father, you know, when you put these two dogs together, you're gonna get more head size, more muscle size. Krypton, I believe, turns 2 years old in a couple of weeks. So she's not even 2 yet, or 3, or 4. So we really don't even know how big Krypton is really gonna get. But let's just say she's very sturdy, never has any leg issues, never has any allergy issues, never has any behaviors issues. She likes to hang and she has good drive. And so with these puppies, you know, we're keeping a dog that has the more athletic build. And that's going to suit us better for the things I like to do. Like, I want to produce the most. I like bully dogs, but at the same time, man, we do work. We go out, you know, for hikes and walks, no matter the temperature. No matter the temperature, no matter the season, we out working. So we don't want to produce something that can't work. Like, y'all like those dogs with all that beef and that bone. But what y'all don't know is those dogs die just from being in the backyard. You put the dog out there in the backyard, it's 100 degrees, the dog get excited, you come back, joint dead. And I mean, that's just the reality of it. The more beef you got on that dog, the less face you got, the more beef you got, and the more snub nose you got, the less likely it is that that dog can breathe. I mean, it's just the truth. So you gotta treat him like he got asthma. You gotta treat him like he's obese. You gotta treat him like he's retarded, like, you know what I mean? But so I need a dog that can move and groove and keep up. You know what I mean? They all do what their mama do. So with that being said, I'm gonna send my most freakiest dogs out with the most biggest heads and the most bone. And that does me a solid too, because it's an advertisement and it's the best, you know, the most headpiece and the most bone. I'm sending all of those dogs out. And I'm keeping the dog with the most athleticism. You know what I mean? At the same time, he does have the potential to be like them, but I can just say by Hefe and Cranium, their heads are ridiculous. Their bodies are ridiculous. Look at him. That's Hefe. You know what I mean? He's got that body, and he's not gonna. You know what I mean? That's all natural, bro, guys. No neck. Where's his neck at? Show me his neck. He don't got a neck. You know, they eating, look, carrots and dog food, you know what I mean? Look at who's still in the bowl. Cranium. Who's gonna be 100 pounds? Cranium. look at Hefe. Hefe got that stumpy bottle, but you see my pup, he's just playing around and shit. He don't want to eat, he want to play. So he ain't gonna put on the size that they gonna put on, because he don't spend the same amount of time eating. Look at this shit. And just imagine if this was puppy food, or they just fed all meat. It'd be ridiculous. But we're not gonna do that though. They look good just on the diet that we're giving them. So we're gonna send up the most beefiest dogs out, and we're gonna keep the most athletic dogs. Will our athletic dog be able to produce other dogs like this? I've been thinking about it, and the answer is yes. Maximum will be able to produce dogs like this, because even Maximus is not as thick as these other guys, or as beefy, compared to his father at the same age, he's twice the size of his father at the same age. His father's big. Big head, big everything. So man, we only got one going out, but technically I really only gonna have access to 2 of these puppies because I'm gonna be shipping 3 of them to for the family bullies. You know what I mean? If he get it, whatever he got to get together, he's supposed to be getting 3 of these puppies. You know what I'm saying? When I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. If I say I'm gonna give you 3 puppies, or if I say I'm gonna split a litter with you, I'll split the litter with you. If I say I'm gonna give you a pup back, I'm gonna give you a pup back. If I say I'm gonna go half with you on something, I'm gonna go half with you. I don't just be saying stuff out my mouth just to be saying it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna send him his 3 puppies, and them puppies gonna probably go for $3,500 a piece. You know, I'm looking out. I'm taking the cost of the papers, the cost of the ears. I'm gonna eat all that. Y'all gotta realize that every operation or every business gotta have some kind of like advertisement or promotion fee. You know, promotion, advertisement, giveaway, give back, whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna eat the price up and give the 3 puppies back to the father, and then I'm gonna eat the price on everything else and make sure he can get some money and recoup some of the money from the other bully deals that we did, dogs that we brought, and stud fees that we paid for. I'm gonna eat the price for the ears, and I'm gonna just let whoever gets a puppy get a good deal, man, on their pup. Cause you're not gonna get this kind of quality. Look at this. Who's still eating? Cranium. That's how. Look, everybody else just playing. That's how when you know who's gonna be the biggest puppy. I mean, he's already the biggest puppy, but he won't stop eating. Why is that? Because he got that gene that's telling him 110, 120 pounds. He's gonna be big as hell. Muscles gonna be crazy. The amount of muscles that I seen, like really on the father side, you know what I'm saying? You dealing with that. You dealing with some other shit, man. The size of the muscle. This is a 6-week-old pup. You know what I mean? Dealing with something different, guys. Look at Coco. You notice Coco not eating. You notice Maximus not eating. But who's eating? Cranium will not stop eating. But you see Maximus getting in there too. So that's how we know who's gonna be the biggest. That's how I'll be knowing what pup to keep and what pup not to keep and all that. I'll be knowing. But I'm just letting these guys get good homes. You know, we're gonna keep the color. Cause for some reason, the where I'm at right now, a lot of people just keep worrying about the color. They're not really worried about the structure and the size. You know what I mean? But he's still gonna have it. But as you can see, who's still eating? Who still ain't moved? His 2 feet don't move. Except to stretch a little bit. Cranium. Just in the bowl. That's why his ass is getting out of here as soon as he turned 8 weeks old. He's one of the ones. He one of the puppies that'll eat you out of house and home. Just keep fucking eating. Non-stop. He's not gonna do anything else. But they're enjoying their first day out. All right, he moved. Look at his stomach now. Damn. Ooh. Now just imagine if I gave him puppy food. Now I'm not saying you shouldn't give him puppy food. I just don't do that. I'm an advanced breeder. You know what I mean? I'm an advanced breeder. They say puppy food should contain at least 22% protein. This is 24% protein. So why go higher? But I'm not gonna tell nobody else how to do their dog or what to do. You know, because when I got my first bullies, I'm giving them steak meat. I'm coming out the cut with the steak. Welcome to Co-op Kennels, y'all. This shit is not a game. Everybody just stay in their own lane. Like LeVar Ball say, stay in your lane. We on a whole nother level. Our productions is on a whole nother level. Everything we doing is out of sight. Know what I mean? And guess who's back in the bowl again? Cranium.